Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow! 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 Ow!
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. This is a beautiful, beautiful May 18th. The kind of May 18th that only comes once a year. The sky is blue for a change where I am in beautiful Westminster, Maryland, the capital of comedy, as we like to call it, or comedy's capital, as we like to call it. We've had torrential downpours in 20-minute spurts. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, 20-minute spurts. It's like sex back in the day when I was younger. Yes, 20-minute spurts. Now it's more like a flash flood. It just comes upon you quickly, and then it's over with before you know it. And then there's the aftermath, the cleanup. But that's enough. That's enough. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. How are you doing today? That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Really? What? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. We're going to talk about that later. Yes, we will. So good morning, brothers and sisters. This includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be and wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be. There you are. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCMLIX. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. People have also called me things like the racy reverend, the pervert passion, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the wicked witness, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the frisky friar, the ass man abbot, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, Father Thismus, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy hoe, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, and the minister of making love, the clergy of cunning conversation while eating pussy, and that nasty N-word. That's right. I have been called that nasty N-word a few times today. And it's just me and my wife in the house. That's right. But already 3 times this morning. So it's a good day. It's down from 6. But up from 1. Up from none. But okay, never mind. That's not the point. That really is not the point. The point is that I come by many names and by many methods, and that don't come easy. Amen, amen, amen. So, brothers and sisters, let us begin as we always do, invoking the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah, y'all? Yeah. Thank you, brothers and sisters. For our opening prayer today, well, we have something very special. And by that, I mean, I don't have a lot of dead people to pray for. No dead people I've heard of. I very seldom do people die, and I don't know who they are, especially when they're called celebrity deaths. You know, at least, I mean, yeah, they're like, I don't know any reality stars. Okay, none. Even after they've died and I do the obituary, I don't remember who the fuck they were. And then someone says, Reverend, you heard so-and-so died? And I'm like, who's that? They go like, they were on season 21 of Survivor, Nicaragua. And I'm going like, doesn't ring a bell. Don't, no idea who that is. You know who that I'm talking about, Jane Bright. You know, Jane Bright. Like, nope, doesn't ring a bell. I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about. You know, once I do an obituary, especially for someone, once I do anybody's obituary, it's gone. I don't remember at all. Not even this much, you know, and that's bizarre because then I go through the deaths and I go, that looks familiar. I seem to remember Gene Hackman dying. I seem to remember. Was that this year? I can't remember. Or it's like, then I'll go through and it's like, I remember Prince dying. Was that this year? Was that this? It doesn't ring a bell. So, and I apologize. Sometimes that happens, and I haven't repeated one yet that I know of. But who's going to tell me? I'm not going to tell me. And so it is time for our opening prayers, is what I'm trying to say. In case you didn't get that from all the other stuff I just said, it's time for our opening prayers. That's what I'm trying to say. Have I said it yet? Well, let me say it. It's time for our opening prayers. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer, a healing, forgiveness, any such request to me at the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll at gmail.com. And it's not the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, it's just Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. I don't know why I said the. It's not there. It's not written. It's not typed. It's not there. There's no the. There's no the there. Please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. Otherwise, that other jelly roll, me, not me, the other jelly, something that has been wrong for the longest time. I need to fix that so I don't read it like that. I don't say it like that. It's like that thing. You ever see this thing? They tell everybody to read it. And then people go read and they go like, and they read and they'll say, Paris in the spring. And everybody reads it. And they'll say, no, that's not right. And if you read it again, you go, Paris in the spring. And like, no, that's not right. And everybody goes, reads it again. And everybody, it's just like, there's a Paris in the spring. And then it turns out that they say, take it one word at a time. One word, wait a half a second and read the next word. And then you'll hear people say, Paris in the spring. And then they go, oh shit, there's two thes. I didn't even read that second the. I ignored it. Damn. I did autocorrect. You see, I learned about that thing when I was in elementary school and made me a little wary of things like this. And I should have caught that. Matter of fact, I probably did catch it, and I just don't remember catching it. And I sure also don't remember fixing it. Well, mainly because I never fixed it. And you're probably wondering what it is, since I didn't read it wrong. Or do I read it wrong? I don't know. And you don't know either because you don't see what I see. But right. You don't see that. Yeah. See, I had the disclaimers I have written out so that I can read them because they're legal disclaimers. See, and I need to read the disclaimers almost word for word the way my lawyers tell me to read them. Otherwise, I could get in big, serious trouble as opposed to little serious trouble or XM serious trouble. Which I would like to have. I'd love to have XM serious trouble where they say you're getting kicked off the air because of your mouth, because that means at one point I was on the air. Silver linings. Playbook. Now for our disclaimer, while all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply and have been applied vigorously, like two coats, like slap, slap. Two coats of loopholes been rigorously and restrictions have been applied. Slap, slap. So please bow your heads, unless you have like a deviated septum or whatever condition it is that you have when you bend your neck goes, don't do that. Okay. So if you bend your neck, you go, don't bow your head, because everybody will hear the and it's not a nice thing. I asked you not to bow your head if you had a problem with your neck, didn't I? Now I hear the, and I can't get it out of my head now. It's like an earworm. Stop it. Okay. So, and if that is the case, just close your eyes like so and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Jane Bright. Jane Bright, who competed in season 21 of Survivor Nicaragua, died at the age of 71 on Thursday, May 15th. That's right. Her cause of death is undisclosed. So please, if you are so inclined, please donate to the Church of Last Resort's donation page. Go to the donation page and give generously so that we can help fight undisclosed disease. It is the number one killer of celebrities these days, and we should at least try to find a cure for undisclosed disease. So just go to the Last Resort's donation page, Church of Last Resort's donation page, click donate, and then You can give a nominal one-time fee like $5, $10, $15, $20, $100, $34.18, or you can give a recurring over and over repeat thing where you just give like $1 a day and then double it every day. Just $1 every day doubled. So it won't cost you that much. As a matter of fact, this week and this week only, we're going to take it down to 50 cents a day, doubling it every day. So that, because I know you've watched television and they go, 63 cents a day, you can feed a starving minister in Westminster. And you go, that sounds reasonable. So we're saying, okay, fine, 50 cents a day, and we'll just double it every day. And then, we'll help find a cure for undisclosed disease. And please read the fine print when you donate. Because there are no refunds. Once you give us your money, we're not giving it back. And it's not because we're mean, it's because we've already spent it. Okay? Undisclosed disease is a very expensive disease to fight. And I'm sorry, let me get back to Jane. It's supposed to be about Jane, who died of undisclosed disease at age 71. So we're going to take up a collection at the donation page. Have I mentioned the donation page? We have a donation page. Okay. Jane Bright was found dead in her North Carolina home by a friend who swears Jane was like that when she found her. Okay. Who are we to argue? We weren't there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Jane was best known for her quirky personality on the competition series, coming in 6th place and taking home a participation prize. Taking home the Audience Fan Favorite Award. That's right. Jane was the audience fan favorite. That's right. And she was also the oldest contestant in that episode at 56 years of age. That's right. And for being a fan favorite, she got $100,000. I'm like, shit. I want to go on Survivor, even though I don't know what that is. I mean, I've been surviving Sunday shows. Does that make me a survivor? Maybe Survivor Westminster, Survivor YouTube, Survivor Mind Dog TV. Maybe I can get 6th place and $100,000 if I can just win that fan favorite award. We'll see. I'll put in the paperwork. So rest in peace, Jane. You were voted off the island for the last time. Can I get a recount? Yes, Lord. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Samuel French. Samuel French, not of the French's Condiment Empire, but a Texas actor whose star was on the rise, had his star sank by cancer. Or was it sunken by cancer? Sinked. Cinctor. He may have had cinctor cancer. I don't know. But the point is, because it doesn't say what kind of cancer he had, it just said he had a rising star, and then it went, that's just like that. He was 45. French portrayed the undercover FBI agent C.J. Robinson in Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, which you saw, right? I didn't see. And it must have meant something because that's the first thing they got there. Usually the first thing they put in the obituary is like what they're really known for, Killers of the Flower Moon. It sounds familiar. Maybe they died also. I don't know. Maybe I did an obituary for Martin Scorsese or Killers of the Flower Moon. I just don't remember it. But it sounds familiar. French died Friday in a hospital in his birthplace of Waco. I'm sorry, I do know how to say that word. I've been saying it since the 90s, and you'll know why. Waco, Texas. Now, before the 90s, I didn't know how to say it. I would have pronounced it Waco, like taco. But right after that little incident in Waco, I learned how to pronounce it, and I don't know why I mispronounced it there. I know how to spell it. I know how to pronounce it. I know it when I see it. And it just came out, fuck it. Waco, Texas. He had battled a cancer that spread through his body over the past couple of years. French will be seen alongside, and I say will be, because I don't think that movie's come out yet. I've seen the trailer only because I was doing this obituary, and in the middle of the obituary, it said French will be seen alongside Eric Roberts in his final film. Not Eric Roberts' final film, but French's final film. See, that's incorrect grammar. See, it says alongside Eric Roberts in his, and you would attach the his to the last proper noun, which would be Eric Roberts. But it wouldn't be like that. No, it would be French. It was French's final film because he's the one that's dead. Eric Roberts is still alive. It's just his career is dying slowly and probably of the same cancer. All right, let me back up that sentence with some facts. French will be seen alongside Eric Roberts in his final film, playing a detective in Cinecor's, or Cinecor's? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've never seen it before. Cinecor's upcoming historical drama, Towpath, set in 1964 during the Civil Rights Movement. And I did watch the trailer, because right after that, there's like a trailer. It says, click here for trailer. You don't see that because it's not, I didn't write that down. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even put the link there. And I'm not playing the trailer. You can go and look for the trailer for Towpath on your own. I'm not going to risk a copy strike or whatever the things they do just because I'm talking about something and played something. And it's not that I don't know what the rules, fair use rules are, because I don't. But the problem is when I think I know I'm doing the right thing by fair rules, Facebook and YouTube go, you violated our community standards. Like, what standards? If you had any fucking standards in this community, half these people wouldn't be on this page. But that's okay. I'm sorry. That's just me. You may not feel the same way. You may have had no bad experience with Facebook and YouTube and their community standards ever. You may be that one person. French portrayed Detective Bernard Crook with an E and set the tone for the entire film. Yeah. And the entire film, racist as fuck. That's right. Maybe you didn't get that when I said 1964 civil rights film. Okay. Yes. It's another film where another black guy is accused of killing another white woman. And yes, the town is enraged. And yes, another white lawyer has to go into that town to rescue that black man's ass. Yes, it is all those other movies, except for it's a different woman dying in a different town they died in or murdered. Okay. So yeah, that's that film. All right. So now you don't have to see it or the trailer. Now I told you the whole thing. Although they do sprinkle a little bit of Kennedy stuff, which I have no fucking idea why. But I guess it's to make it interesting. It's, oh yeah, and Kennedy died in 1963. And look, the Warren Report came out in 1964, which is when she died. Woo, ha. So French played, this is a different paragraph in a different movie. The same dead guy, Samuel French, played former cowboy Robinson, one of the agents involved in the 1920s in the FBI's first major homicide case, the notorious Osage murders. Osage? O-S-A-G-E. I'm going to say Osage, and I'm assuming he's just some Irish wise man. Osage. I can't do an Irish accent. I can't do two voices at once. I can't do Irish and this at the same time. But I'm just assuming Osage is some old wise Irishman who was murdered in 1920. And Scorsese did a film about it, 2023. He shares a memorable, he, again, see, they put the he after Scorsese, but it's not Scorsese, it's French. That French shares a memorable one-on-one scene with Robert De Niro in the movie filmed on his first day. Again, there's the his after De Niro. No, it's French's first day on the set. Good God Almighty! And these people are paid professionals. Okay, these are actual journalists that I get these facts from. Okay, I get these facts and then I just cut and paste and then I read them for the first time when you like now. I just cut and paste and then they go like, what the fuck? I should have fixed that before I read it, but I didn't read it, so I couldn't fix it. Okay. French also played Ben in season 6 of Fear of the Walking Dead. Now, I never watched any of the Walking Dead shows. I thought Ben was a rat. I did see Willard, and I did see the movie Ben about the rat, and maybe he had a recurring role. It's like first Ben was in Willard, okay, and Ben was so popular that he got his own movie, and now Ben is a character in Fear of the Walking Dead, and he's just like a little zombie rat going around looking for little rat brains, which means he should be at the White House right now. Okay, rest in peace, Samuel. No need to fear the Walking Dead now. You're one of them, except for the whole walking thing. Can I get some brains? Lord have mercy. And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at Mind Dog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. And they're here instead of out painting the town on glass or cup or plate or canvas or coaster or saucer or did I say glass? I think I said glass. Whatever the medium is, he's not there. He's here working his ass off. I'm sorry, that's him right there falling asleep. Wake up, brother. There you go. He's awake now. They could be anywhere today, but they are here just wishing that they were anywhere today. And that ought to count for something, Lord. Dear Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you. MindDogTV.com, the place to go to get your Church of Last Resort gear and also to donate to fight undisclosed disease. Yes, sir. You can go there and donate $5, a month or 50 cents a day, doubling it every day, just like the way we do it in Hollywood. Of course, I'm not in Hollywood. I'm in Westminster, which we call the Hollywood of Maryland, except for Maryland has a Hollywood, Maryland. But we're the real Hollywood, Maryland, where all the shit goes down. The capital of comedy, Westminster, Maryland. Now let's, Jesus, I'm sorry. Oh, here it is. Now let's have a bump for the Lord. Indeed, indeed. My lips. Here we go. A bump for the Lord. One day I'm going to get a better sound effect for that. One day. And who knows? Maybe on that same day I'll win the lottery and the Powerball and I can get a real studio and I can buy real things, nice things for my family. Yes, indeed. Now, what was I doing? Don't tell me. I just bumped, didn't I? Okay, I did a bump for the Lord. So that means it's time for, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! Indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, brothers and sisters, there we go. Before I start our sermon, the cult you're appropriating, the culture appropriating, yes. Before I begin that, there are people out there right now who are listening and going, hey, he's mentioned this Mind Dog TV thing. I think I'd be a good guest on Coffee with the Dog on Mind Dog TV, but I don't know how to get on that show. How do I get on Coffee with the Dog? It must be really difficult. Otherwise, I would know how to get on there. Now, before I have Sister Curly Hair So Bright tell you, no, I'm going to let her tell you, and then I'm just going to clean that up afterwards. Sister Curly Hair So Bright, please let people know how they can get on.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
spring and summer
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
Thank you, Sister Curly hair so bright. Thank you very much. Now, I said clean up. She did an excellent job. For that, round of applause for Sister Curly Hair So Bright. Thank you, sister. Thank you. She perfectly explained on how to get booked onto the show. Now, I'm going to explain to you, show the fuck up, okay? I'm going to explain that to you. It's a very simple premise, see? And that's not for everybody. It's mainly for stupid fuck-ass comedians, all right, who for some fucking reason think they're more special than everybody else, and they book a time and then don't know what the fuck to do with for a biography. No biography. Their biography says, like, check me out on YouTube. That's not a biography, okay? That's a statement. A biography would be like, I was born a poor black child. Yes, indeed. And then I became a comedian. And then I did comedy for 3 years before I coughed on my voice. Okay, that's more like a bio. At least that's a better bio than the shit that they leave on there for people to clean up behind their ass. And then if they have a common name, like their name is, I don't know, Doug Williams. He's a quarterback, but never mind. His name is Doug Williams. And then you look up a Doug Williams because they didn't give you enough bio that you can find out who the hell he is. You look up Doug Williams, and guess what? There's 14,000 Doug Williams. Woo! And guess what? Only 300 are comedians. Woo! And only 20 are in DC. Woo! So that's a lot of fucking work. Just put your bio in there so that we can just go to one spot, cut and paste, put it in the thing. That's it. That's it. Don't make it difficult. Okay? You booked it, which means you want to be on the show. You want to be heard. You want to be seen. You want people to know about you. So in order for people to know about you, we have to know about you. And you know how we know about you? Through your fucking bio, you idiot. All right? So you booked the date. You booked the date. Now, you send us a bio, okay? Now, here's the tricky part. On the day and the time that you agreed to show up, show the fuck up. Okay? Very simple premise. All right? On the day and time that you say you want to be seen, show the fuck up. That's it. Okay? And then don't not show up and wait 2 days and go, my bad. No. That is totally unacceptable. And the only reason why I'm not putting people's names out there now, because I have a list. I kept a fucking list. Okay, I didn't keep the list. I'm too lazy. G.D. Henderson wrote down a list and gave me a list of names. He gives me a list of names every week of comedians who do not show up, particularly comedians, because G.D. Henderson doesn't like comedians anyway. Okay, he's like, why are we putting comedians on the show? They shouldn't even be on the show. Most of them aren't even fucking funny. They don't know how to do interviews. Yeah, Coffee with the Dog is a place where they can learn to do interviews in a safe place. Well, they're not safe around GD because he doesn't give a shit that they don't know how to do interviews. Okay, but that's beside the point. He has his issues, and we're dealing with it through medication and Dr. Shaw's skin tag remover. Okay? Now, so you booked the time, and you send the bio, and you show up. That's all we ask. Is that so fucking hard? It's not. Then why aren't you fucking doing it, you idiot? Okay, I'm done. I'm not done. You fucking morons. Don't make me have this speech again next week, okay? I don't want to have this speech every week. Okay, I have to do a disclaimer every week. I have to do obituaries every week. I have to show up every week. The last thing I want to do is keep talking about your dumb ass. And I'm doing your dumb ass as in the people who book and don't show up. Comedians. I don't want to have this again. I don't. And I'm not interested in you showing up then a week later, rescheduling and then apologizing. I don't give a shit about that. Okay? Because it don't. Sorry, don't, as we used to say back in the hood, sorry, don't feed the bulldog. Now, I know nobody else has ever said that. We only say that in the black neighborhoods in Baltimore, where I grew up. Sorry, don't feed the bulldog. You know, in some towns, they say, pork chop ain't going to fix that. That's right. That's what they say some towns. Other towns, they say, what? So it depends. But I'm from Baltimore, and I say, sorry, don't feed the bulldog. So don't give a shit about your sorry. Okay? Or don't give a shit about your sorry. You knew what you were getting into. You knew you signed up for something. So fucking sign up for it and show up. Sign up, show up. Participate in your own career. That's what I'm saying. Participate in your own career. Goddamn. And I don't want to hear anything about saying the Lord's names in vain. His name is not God. That's another thing. Misinformation. His or her name is not God. So if you say goddamn, you're not saying his name in vain, all right? If you don't even know his name. What's his name? Doug Williams. Shut the fuck up. Which Doug Williams? Okay. Our sermon today, the culture appropriating, and that's I'm show it to you so you understand what I'm saying. Because I'm not talking about culture appropriation. I am talking about, I can't see, but oh, there it is. See, the cult you're appropriating. Okay, the culture appropriating. There we go. I'm sorry, I should have written it down. I was supposed to do this, like I was writing it down, and then you see it. But fuck it. I ain't got time for that now. I'm angry. And I'm like the Hulk. You won't like me when I'm angry, unless it's in the bedroom. Then it's like a little once in a while. But then it's not really anger. That's more like, you know what I'm saying? But maybe you like it like that. Don't know. Okay, here's the deal. And I now owe G.D. Fenderson a nickel. God damn it. And now I got to put a nickel in the swear jar. God damn it. Another nickel. I'm not going to have any money left over. We're going to need to. Holy Hershey Nuggets. Okay. And they're not a sponsor. Hershey Nuggets, truffle flavored. They're not. Dark chocolate and truffles. They're not a sponsor. They should be a sponsor because I like Hershey chocolate, Hershey Nuggets. I do. But they're not a sponsor. Okay. I'm not here. Okay. I am here. I'm sorry. I should have finished that sentence. My throat. Okay. I am here, but I am not here to tell people that they're in a cult. Okay. If you're in a cult, you aren't going to listen anyway because you don't know you're in a cult. See, most people don't know they're in cults when they're in cults. They have no idea. They joined a group, but they think they're on the outside of the cult looking in, thinking these guys really got it going on. They're speaking to me. They're saying stuff to me. See, and then you're on the outside of the cult looking in, and then next thing you know, bam, you're in the cult. And once you're in the cult, I can't talk to you because you're not going to hear me. But I might be able to help those who are still on the outside of the cult looking in. Okay. If you're on the outside of the cult looking in, thinking the cult is a cool thing, maybe I can help you before you get into the cult. And it may be able to help you identify your family and friends that are in the cult. All right. Cults are communities that fervently worship an object, person, or concept over all other things. Okay. Now I got this straight out of the Googling machine. I Googled it because I wanted to know how I should explain to you what a cult was in unviolent, unnasty terms that I have for what a cult is. See, if I told you what a cult was, you'd go like, man, he sounds like somebody hurt him who was in a cult. And no, I don't think I've ever been hurt by somebody in a cult, but if they were in a cult, they wouldn't have told me anyway, now would they? Because they don't know. So I Googled it and I said, I'm going to Google this. And I did. And then I cut it and I pasted it. And I'm reading it to you. Okay. Now, while cults have the ability to transform into manipulative enterprises in the wrong hands, which are most hands. Most hands are the wrong hands most hands are the wrong hands to have cults in. I think I said that right. Yeah. Most hands are the wrong hands to be handling a cult. Maybe that's it. Yeah. Most hands are the wrong hands to be handling a cult. All right. So they are essentially ways of organizing and transforming people's lives for the better, is what it says here. See, apparently the idea of cults was to make things better for people. But it never works out like that. It's never better for the people. It's just better for the cult leader. Okay. And we're going to work on it. We're going to show you that so that you don't stop and think. You see, and I'm telling you this because that's how they get you. They tell you they're going to make things better for you. Okay. And you go, I want things better for me. How are they going to make things better for me? And then they tell you several different things. And I'm going to go over the things that they say and they do when they do say, and they say do. I'm going to go over all those things. If you want to form a fervent organization, now here's the funny thing. They're making cults sound like it's a company. See, check this out right here. If you want to form a fervent organization around an idea, learn what ideas work well, how to organize, and how to keep your group growing in healthy, productive ways. Sounds very harmless, doesn't it? Cults are supposed to sound harmless. If cults didn't sound harmless, people wouldn't join them. If they in their pitch to a cult, they said, we're going to make things better for you by taking all of your earthly goods, giving them to me so that I can have a lavish life, and you're going to sacrifice everything. You're going to sacrifice your family. You're going to sacrifice your job. You're going to sacrifice your finances. And in the very end, you're going to sacrifice your life, all for me, because it makes things better for you to do those things for me. See, that's how I see a cult. But that's not how cult people see cults. That's why they're in there, and they're still waiting for. They're like playing at they're like at a slot machine. Okay, they're just going ching and put in another quarter, ka-ching, put in another quarter, ka-ching, put in another quarter, ka-ching, and it's not paying off. That's what being in a cult is like. It's like taking your life savings a little bit at a time and waiting for the payoff, not knowing that the machine has a hole in the back. And every coin you put in falls out the back and it gets picked up by the cult leader. And the cult leader says, it's not easy. It's not easy. Keep trying. Keep giving. The Lord will give back to you. Keep giving to me. The Lord will give back to you. And then every crumb you get, you'll like give $1,000. And then all of a sudden you find $5 on the ground. And you'll go, oh, Lord is being good to me. I found $5. He's giving back. But you've already donated $1,000. You finding $5 on the ground, first of all, doesn't even put a dent in that $1,000 you gave the cult, but also had nothing to do with God. Now somebody else who needs that $5 was like, fuck, where's my last $5? I was supposed to buy my kids a Happy Meal. God damn it. Another nickel in the swear jar. Okay, so here's the deal. When people start cults, okay, and see if any of this sounds familiar, they create the first thing they do to create a unified set. They create a unified set of beliefs and values. Okay, so let's say the cult leader is coming down an escalator. Okay, that's the part of the visual brand, right? Okay. I see that, and I see it was deleted. Okay, now create a unified set of beliefs and values. Okay, so the first thing, they build a visual brand. Now, some cult leaders, their visual brand is a big red tie and Okay, that's their visual brand. Okay, but before that, they may have had a different visual brand because the thing is they have to keep stepping it up. You get too used to, you have to, so it's like, okay, I'm going to have reddish bronze skin and straw hair. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a red tie. Okay, a long red tie because my belly is really big and my pants are really low, but I want to connect the neck to the waist. And so by doing that, I'm going to have a long red tie to connect it, part of their visual brand with a little red hat. Okay. And then they got to get themselves the right team. All right. And it usually starts off with family because especially if you're an older person, it starts off with family and friends. Okay. And they buy into it. So, and they're loyal. They're loyal to the cult leader. Even when it hurts them, and they go out and they say, he's a good leader. He's a smart leader. He's the smartest leader. He is so smart. All right. And then they do things and then they have to stand out from the competition. Now, another thing they do to some cult leaders is they pretend that they have a spokesperson who call into shows and talk about how great the cult leader is. And they say the cult leader is really great. He's got lots of money. He's opening new buildings and he's sleeping with Madonna. Yeah, and he does that kind of, or he's rumored to be sleeping with Madonna. Of course, that rumor he started under the guise of his PR person. And then other people start repeating it, okay? And they start believing it, okay? And it makes them kind of stand out because everybody's talking about them. Then it says, define what success looks like. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Because success for you, the cult member, and success for him, let's call him Donald. I'm sorry, we're going to make up a name. Donald Trump. How's that? Okay. Success looks like two different things for them. For Donald Trump, success is getting your money to make him wealthy. Success for you would be if he brought down the price of eggs or, we worked on inflation or something like that. But that's not what happens. Success for you would be like if he brought the job that you wanted back from wherever, but he can't. He has no intention of doing it and has no plan to do it, which is why there's a bunch of little sayings like he goes, 2 weeks, next month, big announcement coming soon, big announcement coming soon, big announcement coming soon. And he lies and he lies. And that's why most of the times the things he says these days that you want, I want a secure border, but doesn't do anything to secure the border. You notice he hasn't done anything to secure the border. You think he has, but he hasn't. What he's trying to do is scare people so that they don't want to cross the border. That's not securing the border. Okay. If I have my yard, I have like the smallest yard. My wife and I, we have the smallest yard around here. We have like, 2 acres, 2.5 acres. Okay. It is not secure. Okay. We don't have any fencing. We don't have a border. We just have a sign at the end of the road that says private drive. That's it. And once in a while, kids come up on their little scooters because we have a very steep hill in our backyard. And before we lived here, kids used to use our backyard for sledding. And then we moved here and they said, oh shit, people live there. We can't do that now. But once in a while, kids forget or they don't know that there's somebody living here and they come up with a sled or their dirt bike to ride the hills in our backyard. And then then they see our cars and they go, oh shit, okay. But we didn't secure it. They self-deport. They come on our land and they realize they don't belong here and they self-deport. Our yard is not secured. Okay. That's what Trump is trying to do. He's trying to scare people into not coming here, but he's not securing the border. He wants you to think he's securing the border and he tells you, I've secured the border. He hasn't. Not one wall, no. People are still coming. Now, and he doesn't take the consequences of this so-called secured border, like deporting people who are doing the work that good Americans don't want to do, like agriculture and taking care of our elderly. Most of the people who take care of our elderly have no relation to our elderly. They come here to do that. So now there's a little step here that says organize your cult by picking a leader. You don't pick your cult leader. The cult leader has already picked himself to be the leader of the cult. You just think you're participating in the picking of the leader. Creating rules. You are not creating any rules. The cult leader has already created the rule. Rule number 1, I'm the cult leader. Rule number 2, obey the cult leader. Rule number 3, do as the cult leader says, benefit the cult leader. Okay? And it says finding a place to gather. Well, that's easy. That's the internet. Okay? And developing a slogan. Like MAGA or Make America Great Again. And even then, they didn't create that slogan. They stole it. See, you don't even have an original cult leader. You have a cult leader who can't think for anything for himself, so he steals other people's ideas. That's why we call it the cult you're appropriating. Because he didn't even think of his own ideas. He's stealing other people's ideas and making it sound like his. Yes, he's appropriating culture. Fuck. I did know how to say it. I should have written it down. Damn it. But he's stealing other cultures, other cultures. Yes, he's stealing other cultures. Now, it says here to carefully evangelize about your cult and gradually grow your membership. Well, that's his membership. Now, it's funny because the only thing he really had to do to grow his membership was to spew hate and divisiveness, and his membership grew. And then when it kind of like peaked out and he started saying, well, if you're black and you don't vote for me, you're stupid. What have you got to lose, black people? Your cities are shit. Your countries that you come from are shit. Everything about you is shit. But I can unshit you. I shit you not. See? And then he goes, Jew people, you Jew people right there. You should be part of what I'm saying because nobody else loves you. I love the Jews better than you love the Jews. You should be with me. But he doesn't give a shit about the Jews. He doesn't give a shit about the blacks. The women. I'm going to be the best cult leader for women. I'm going to be the fertility cult leader. I'm going to be the cult leader of the women. I'm going to keep women safe. Yeah, if he just stopped raping women and telling people it's okay to rape women, women would be safe. You don't do that. So yeah, he tries to grow his membership outside of hatred, but he's using fear and hatred for everything he does to grow. That's very simple. Number 7, develop rituals and ceremonies. Wow. Well, that's a tough one, but most of his rituals are just people sitting around and adoring him. Although he is got a ceremony coming up on June 14th. Yeah, a big one, his birthday. Yeah, June 14th, and he wants a military parade, and he wants to see, here's the tricky part, the deceitful part. I'm sorry, I'm saying tricky like in difficult, but I mean tricky as in deceitful. He wants to call Veterans Day Victory Day. And he said, we're going to celebrate the veterans. No. He doesn't like, see, Veterans Day, when we celebrate the veterans, most of them come back, they're damaged. Okay, most veterans come back damaged, either emotionally, psychologically, or physically. And Trump doesn't like any of those things. Okay, he says it makes us look weak. So he wants to discount all of their sacrifice and just say victory. Well, what victories? Think about it. What victories have we had in our lifetime from the military? I'll wait. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. You done? Yeah, see?
That's right. I mean, you want to say Vietnam? Nope. We got our asses kicked. I think the last victory that we had was probably World War II, and we got in late. The Russians did a lot of heavy lifting in World War II, heavy lifting in World War II. You know, the Russians are like beating the Germans' ass on the west side, east side, and then Europe was finally getting together and pushing back on the west side, and we showed up late to the party with hot dogs and going, "Hey, we're going to make it now. It's a party." Yeah, you said, well, what about the atomic bomb? We didn't have to drop the atomic bomb. Japan had already succeeded, and they were willing to give up. The only difference, Grenada. Oh, that's right. That was a victory, Grenada. Man. The Battle of Grenada. Was that like a 20? I think that was 24 hours, wasn't? I can't remember now. But so I forgot where I was. Developing rituals and ceremonies. Yeah, that's it. We've got a big ceremony coming up June 16th. Actually, two big ceremonies June 16th. One of them is a military parade for Trump's birthday, and the other one is Pride show on June 14th at the Dormouse Theater in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Tickets are available at 7:30. John Beaver's production, Snaptail Nation production. Jamie Schreiner is headlining, and Danny Lang, some guy named Danny is featuring. So check it out. That's the other big event on June 14th. That's beside the point. The big ceremony. Set up a chain of command. Well, this is also kind of a tricky part because the cult leader really doesn't have a chain of command. Well, everything goes through the cult leader. But what the chain of command is, when shit hits the fan, the cult leader doesn't want to take the blame. So the other people underneath them are the ones that are going to be taking the blame for what happened, what went wrong in the cult. So when things don't go the cult's way, they have somebody to blame. That's all the chain of command is for. It's not to help you reach the, because you can't talk to the cult leader also. When was the last time you, as a regular person, talked to the cult leader? Call Donald Trump on the phone. Go ahead. I dare you. Now, occasionally he'll go out amongst the people and pretend that he shakes your hand and then he goes immediately and cleans off with like skin tag remover or something. Gets that shit off of him there. So, and then I think that number 10, secure and maintain resources. Now I'm not going to say the tricky part. I'm not going to say the deal. Here's number 10, secure and maintain resources. Taking your money. It's your resources. As a cult leader, he's going for your resources and my resources. So he's stealing from the government and he's stealing from you personally to enrich himself. Okay? He's selling Bitcoin. And if you're a foreign government, you can give him money through Bitcoin. And if you're a foreign government, you can give him money by going to his golf clubs. And if you're a foreign government, you can give him money by staying at one of his resorts and hotels. And if you're a foreign government, you can give him a $400 million airplane, say it's for the government, and then take it when you leave. No. And then it's his plane, but guess what? It's going to cost the American taxpayers like $300 million to make that airplane safe enough for a president to fly in. So it's not free. It's not a free jet. It's only free to him because he does not putting one penny of his own money into his plane. And what's it going to cost us? What's it going to cost us? Do you think a country like Qatar that gives money to the Houthis who've been bombing us and shooting down our planes, you think Qatar's going to stop funding them? No. Do you think countries like Saudi Arabia, where pedophilia is like the national sport, you think they're going to stop fucking children? No. You think the countries that are Muslim countries that they're mistreating women and stoning them, if they get raped by some guy, and the guy gets off scot-free. The woman has been soiled and sullied and is an insult to her family because she got raped. You think they're going to stop mistreating the women? Nope. All that's still going to go on. He doesn't give a shit about them or their rights. He just wants to get rich and stay out of prison, which is also why he needs a chain of command. See, the chain of command is when they come looking for him to lock his ass up, you can say, oh, no, it wasn't me. I wasn't me. I don't know. And if you go back through all these interviews, half the times something goes wrong, his first words are, I don't know. I don't know about that. Do you have to obey the Constitution? I don't know. Do you have to observe habeas corpus? I don't know. Do you have to protect it? Do you have to people's rights to a fair trial? No, I don't know. What about Stormy Daniels? I don't know. You get to talk to, I don't know. What about Jean Carroll? I don't know. He does that a lot. I don't know. And that's, I think, I don't know. It's his first person in command. That's the chain of command. It's Donald Trump, then I don't know. And then whoever his attorney, like Pam Bondi and those other people are taking blame for him. RFK Jr. and the vice president, Elon Musk. Chain of command. Yeah. And next week, we're going to talk about King Arthur-tarianism. I didn't know we was going to talk about that, but we will. We're going to talk about King Arthur-tarianism and how authoritarianism is a political system characterized by the rejection of political polarity. See, the way we run things here, we have like 3 branches of government. The authoritarians say, fuck it, it's just one branch. Fuck the branch, it's just one tree. Fuck the tree, it's just my bark. And my bark is much worse than my bite. But people are afraid of me anyway. So, that was the cult you're appropriating. I hope you've identified some of the characteristics of a cult and realize that maybe you're about to join one, and hopefully you've been stopped from joining. And maybe you've identified that you have some friends and family who are in a cult. Let's say a MAGA cult. I'm just saying. And if you can help them, great. And if you can't help them, donate to our donation page. Go to our donation page and give some money to help fight undisclosed disease. If you can't cure the cold, maybe we can find a cure for undisclosed disease. Yes, we should be doing that. Stopping people from dying from that would be a great deal. Great. It would mean a great deal to me. And it'd be a great deal for you. Join our cult. That's all I'm saying. 6 hours. Okay, yes, yes. 6 hours. Oh, hold it. Dude, we got cheap. Damn it. Why didn't somebody tell me we had cheap viewers on? Why didn't somebody? Nobody told me that we had cheap viewers on. Damn it. I could have gotten some cheap viewers. I wish I had known. I wouldn't have wasted my time writing this all this stuff. I'd have gotten cheap viewers. Son of a bitch. All right. So, brothers and sisters, I thank you for showing up here and listening to me rant for an hour. I want to invite you all to watch Done Way Past Funny. They have a new episode that dropped this weekend featuring Big Rich Brock, comedian, former pastor. You may have seen him on Dry Bar, and you may have seen him on Coffee with the Dog. His episodes dropped this weekend on Done Way Past Funny on YouTube. Just check out, just look up Done Way Past Funny on YouTube. You'll find it. And it's a 3-part. It's a 90-minute interview. It's in 3 parts. So you don't have to sit. You can watch one part. Then after that part ends, you go take a pee. Then then you watch the next part, take another pee. Watch the next part, take another pee. All right. So thank you. Thank you for those of you who have joined my fledgling YouTube and Facebook page. We're getting there. Memberships are growing, or at least the people are growing. They're putting on weight. Thank you. Check out GD Fenderson on gdfenderson.com, and also get at geeksalad.com and implausible.com. He's got shit coming up. You'll see what happens. You'll see. Now, on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife, Amona, who won't be here next weekend. She'll be in Canada, I think. I have to ask her. She sent me an itinerary. I don't know where she's going because I haven't read it yet. I'll read it. I'll read it before she leaves because I got to take it to the airport. And I need to know which airport and what time. So, but on behalf of my wife, Amona, she won't be here next week. I think she's going to Canada. Never mind. My kids, Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, our dog Stop Dropping. I wish you safe travels. And I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on My Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. And please watch Coffee with the Dog Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to whenever we stop broadcasting. It's a digital broadcast. It starts at 9 a.m. Sometimes they stop at 11. Sometimes they stop at 11:35. Sometimes they forget to stop and they just don't even hit end stream. And then 3 days later, they still got the same stream going. And they left and gone home because it was the weekend. It was like a Friday and they left, I don't know if that's ever happened. But the point is, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah, y'all? Fuck yeah! Thank you.